everyone, I'm Candace here with Matthias and Adtuwne, and we are open for discussion.
Chip, chip.
You talk too much when it comes to the relevant stuff. You don't talk enough. We ain't talking tough, soft, fat. Try and hear that? You come roll with us. Yeah, that's a must. Any topic that we won't discuss. Everything we touch. Can't get no real love. Paint a vivid picture. Use no filter. What's the word on the street? This ain't talking, it's cheap. But get one thing, real talk boy. So you don't walk around like the lost on the street. Man, it's so 4D. It's so 4D. So 4D. So 4D. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, so 4D. So you know what that mean? Well, if you don't get hit, we ain't got flashlights, but we lit. We rockin' with Cat, Matt, Candace.
Today on Open for Discussions, we have another great episode for you. We will be discussing monogamy and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So first, one of you, for the people who don't know, because some people don't know, what does it mean to be in a monogamous relationship?
Oh, me?
Do we want you to answer this?
No.
I don't think we want you to answer this, Kat.
A monogamous relationship means that you're dealing with one person. No outside interference. It's just sexually, emotionally, everything is just one partner.
Okay. So like marriage, but it doesn't necessarily
Similar
have
to
to be marriage.
Exactly.
Okay. So is monogamy something that is natural, or is it something that's forced on us because of society or what the world thinks we should be involved in?
I would say a little bit on the force side. It's like I feel like some people, there are monogamous people in this world, but I think that those people are nurtured. I don't think it's natural to be monogamous because even married men look at other women, even married men lust for other women, and if being monogamous is natural, then they won't lust for other women, or they wouldn't be able to get a rep for another woman.
So does it mean that you are with someone and you have absolutely no feelings for anyone else? You're not looking at anyone else?
Well, it depends. Like monogamous and what we're talking about, it could be sexually, it could be emotionally. You're just with one person. So if you're in a relationship, there's this thing that people call open relationships. There's rumored that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are in like an open relationship, which means that you're dealing with one person, you have a partner, but when it comes to sex, you might, step outside of your partnership. Or when it comes to certain other things, I feel like when women have male friends, like you're not being fully monogamous, because like when you are monogamous with one person, he's supposed to be your best friend regardless. So if you're going through something, the first person you're supposed to call instinctively should be your man. But sometimes a woman or a man will have like another best friend like of the opposite sex where that's their go-to.
All right. I don't know if I completely agree with that 100%.
I don't agree with none of that shit.
Yeah, I don't either. So explain to me, Matt, what it means for me to be in a monogamous relationship.
I mean, I think it means to just be dealing with one person, emotionally, sexually, all that other stuff.
But is it okay, because there are millions of women in the world, there are millions of men in the world, is it okay to be with someone and be fully committed to that person? Because that's what this is, a commitment.
Okay.
Can I not say, oh, that guy's attractive?
I think that's natural. I think naturally you're going to be attracted to other people. I think it's naturally normal to be with one person but find other people attractive. It's part of having like temptations, but because you love that person, you don't act on your temptation.
And you're saying that's not the case?
No. Why don't y'all answer the question? Is it forced or is it natural?
I think it's natural.
To be monogamous is natural. So when you're born, so Matt, so when you're born, if there was no such thing as a government and all that other stuff and these rules in marriage, you mean to tell me that you will only want one person?
You're supposed to. It's in the Bible.
Let Matt. We're not talking about
naturally.
I'm not talking about.
Okay. Naturally, yes, because I only saw my parents with one person. So I only saw my.
You just said what I said. I said it could be nurtured. It could be nurtured, but it's not natural. So if you never saw that or anything like that, if you had your own mind, like you're not looking like at your parents and stuff like that, you just was born on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like and you're by yourself, and you see a group of women.
That's not even realistic. I'm not gonna be by myself.
No, but what we talking about now? Like let's step outside of society. You know what I'm saying? Because society tells us we're supposed to be monogamous. Now, you mean to tell me that naturally, if you had the choice, if this whole marriage thing means one person, but let's say fuck the government, you can live by your rules. You mean to tell me that if you could create your own rules, you would be with one person?
It honestly depends.
No, answer that question.
It depends.
Depends on what?
Okay, women to me are headaches. I don't want multiple headaches. I don't want to have to take care of 2 women, and then if there's children involved too, 2 women's emotions plus children. That's just too much for me. So I would rather just deal with that one person.
One person, so no other.
But if you're saying like, are you saying like, would I want 2 girlfriends or would I want 2 wives?
Would you want to deal? I'm not talking.
Or
about
are you saying
monogamy means one person relationship? It don't necessarily mean marriage. So I'm just talking about like it could be sexually, it could be emotionally, whatever. Like let's say sexually. Let's talk about monogamy sexually.
No.
Okay, so is it natural or is it forced in your opinion? Like if you had to make your own rules, would you naturally be attracted to one woman? Or would you naturally want?
I wouldn't use the word attraction. I would say, would you naturally want to be with one person? Because again, you're going to be attracted to numerous people.
Sexually.
No, it doesn't always have to be a sexual.
No, but I'm asking him sexually.
Would I say the question again?
If you can make your own rules.
If I could make my own rules, then I would have multiple partners. If I could make my own rules. If I was king.
Yeah, so it's not natural.
But I'm not king. So that's...
Yeah, we live in a society where we're taught to be monogamous. We're taught to get married to one person. But one of the main reasons for divorce is adultery. Why do you think that is?
Because people are unsatisfied.
Okay, so
that's why.
Can you answer that question? Is it natural or is it forced? Monogamy.
That's not what you asked him. You said if he could make his own rules.
Yeah, no, I had to give that example so he could answer the question. So, in your opinion, from a woman's perspective, is monogamy natural or is it forced?
From a woman's perspective, I would say it's forced. Because as a woman, society expects you to get married and have kids and be with one man. But in the same token, I think it is natural.
Okay,
who wants to be with multiple people? Like you're giving a little bit of yourself to everyone. That shit gets exhausting.
Do you want a job? Just outside of the question. I'm just a quick question. Do you want a job? Do you want a job? Do you want to work?
I have many jobs already.
But do you want a job?
What do you mean? Do I want a job? Yes,
you want a job?
I guess.
I don't want to work. I don't want to work. Naturally, I don't want to work. But because I live in a society that teaches us to go to school and get a job, that's why we think, damn, I got to get a job. But if I can make my own rules, I don't want to work. Who wants to work?
You know what I'm saying? So, I think you're taking this completely.
No, you just saying because what you're saying is society looks down on women because whatever. I'm saying let's step outside of society right now.
Okay, let's step out.
And let's all keep it 100. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you want to be with?
Do
I want to be with one person?
Is monogamy natural or is it forced?
Are you asking me if it's natural or forced, or are you asking me if I want to be with one person? What are you asking?
Is it natural or is it forced? That's what I'm asking.
I think it's forced.
Alright, thank you. So y'all just definitely said y'all don't agree with anything I said.
Because you were going on a whirlwind before that.
But you said if it was if I was ruler of the world, what would I want?
Yeah,
I don't want a lot of things.
Because here's what I'm saying. So for us to really dig into this, we got to step outside of society.
But
because when we say natural or forced, when I mean by forced, we are nurtured into thinking a lot about how we live our lives. Like, why do you want to work? Why does somebody want to have a job? You know what I'm saying? If I was a king, if I could make my own rules, why would I work?
So do you want to be with one person?
Do I want to be with one person?
Yes.
Naturally, no.
Okay, do you want to, what do you mean naturally no?
Naturally, no. If I can make my own rules, I wouldn't be with this one.
But you can't make your own rules.
Okay, so you don't
So
want...
let's talk about, we talking about society.
You don't want to be with one person. So what's the purpose of you talking about marriage and wanting to get married if you don't want to be with one
because
person?
Because it's the society we live in, and if I'm gonna.
So you want to get married because society wants you to conform, and that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, because I gotta live by society standards.
No, you don't.
I don't have to. You're right. But in order for me to progress in this society, just like I have a job, I don't want to work. But
do you need a wife to progress?
Yeah, you're right.
You do want a wife.
Naturally, yeah, I do want a wife. But I'm trying. What I'm trying to do.
So when you have that wife, are you going to be in a monogamous relationship?
Most definitely, I'm going to be in a monogamous relationship.
But naturally, you don't want to be.
Naturally. What I'm saying is naturally, if I'm with somebody,
after the marriage, you're going to be monogamous, or like during the whole day?
If I'm with somebody, if I'm in a relationship with somebody,
no cheating.
I'm going to be monogamous.
No cheating.
No cheating. That's what monogamy means. That's what a relationship is to be monogamous. But like, if you're single, are you monogamous? Is that possible?
I'm so confused.
I'm over it. I'm so confused right now. Cat, you have to like help me understand.
So girls gonna be looking at you like this nigga is a lot.
No, I'm kidding you, but I don't care. But niggas is gonna look at me and be like, yo, this nigga's keeping it all the way 100.
But Cat, help me
and me
to understand your point. Everything you just said. Help me to understand what you're talking about.
Here's my point. As men, I don't feel personally if a man had a choice, he's gonna have multiple people. That's his natural like instinct is to have multiple people. But we're born into a society where like we're taught to be monogamous. So of course I want to be married. Of course I want one person, and like I feel like it's nurtured. Monogamy is nurtured. I'm nurturing it to being a monogamous person. Like, yeah, I want one person to love me and all that other stuff, but think about this. When people are monogamous, right, your heart gets broken when you're monogamous with somebody. So if
not all the time.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if something was to happen, like, you'll get mad at somebody you're monogamous with if they step outside of the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Because, like, it's natural because like you feel like, okay, it's only supposed to be us two. But let's say that monogamy never existed. Would you get mad at somebody for being with another person?
All right, perfect. So you helped me to understand. Now I want to pick up from there. What if the thought of being monogamous did not exist? Mm-hmm. There's a reason why society puts in the rules and stipulations that they do. Like it's like they're trying to keep the world from becoming this chaotic place more than it already is. So what do you think the reason is?
The reason is so that we don't have a bunch of mutant children.
What?
Yeah, because look at it like this. Let's say, look at Lil Wayne, The Dream, and Christina Milian, and that other girl, Nivea. Look at their situation, right? Lil Wayne has a kid with Nivea, and he's with Christina Milian, right? The Dream has a kid with Nivea, and The Dream also has a kid with Christina Milian. So,
really?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So now look at this. Lil Wayne's in a relationship with Christina Milian now.
So somewhere somebody's related.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine a world where none of us was monogamous. Like me and Matt will have kids that are related, you know what I'm saying? Then our kids will probably breed with some other kids that they're related to, and now that'll just be chaos.
So now you understand why?
Yeah, I understand it. But all I'm saying is not natural. That's all I'm saying. Like we like when you're younger, when a male is younger and your penis starts to get hard, your parents say, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's natural." You know what I'm saying? That's natural. So if I'm married, but I still get erect for another woman, that means what? Oh, don't worry about it. It's natural.
Can you say something, please? Say something.
I'm a word. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, so Matt, so you mean to tell me that when you was a baby or when you was a child and your joint first started to get erect,
we're gonna move
like
on.
You didn't ask your parents like, yo, what the fuck's going on here?
I don't know. I didn't ask nobody what's going on.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Like
we're just gonna. Is monogamy practiced more or less in our generation? Matt,
Can you
yeah,
repeat
let's hear
that
from
question,
you.
please?
Is monogamy practiced more or less in today's generation?
That's a good question. Maybe less.
Yeah.
I want to say less.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think people really care about being in a relationship. I don't think people take relationships as serious as, let's say, my parents do. Like, I know before it's like it was frowned upon to get divorced. I mean, like now it's like, you know, it's okay to have multiple divorces and marry multiple times.
But why do you think that is? Why do you think people don't take relationships as serious anymore?
I think a lot of people are looking for business relationships rather than a relationship based off love.
What do you mean by
So they're looking for a relationship that's a look versus a relationship that's, you know, that you actually love the person. Like Cap's always saying how what's that? Like Meek and Nicki. That's not a real relationship. It's just a look that they can both benefit from. Like that's more of a business arrangement more than a natural two people actually, you know, wanting to be with each other.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that? I think it's fair to say that it's practiced less in this generation.
Yeah, I agree completely with Matt. Like he said, like back in the day, like it was to death do us part, you know, and it was actually to death do us part. I can't speak for other coaches. I can just speak for the people I'm around, and I feel like the reason why it's practiced less in our generation is because just the people we look up to, and like Matt said, divorce isn't as frowned upon as it was back in the day. You know, like if you get divorced, you get divorced. Mm-hmm. Like it's like people go into marriages on some like, okay, if this doesn't work, I can always get divorced.
So do you think now because it's like 2015, like everything is evolved, marriages have to evolve too and things have to be different? Because I heard someone say that, you know, in the past it was till death do us part, meaning, you know, when you die, we part. But now people are saying that doesn't necessarily mean death. Like that can be death of sex in our relationship or death of emotion.
Like okay.
What do you think?
I never looked at it like that, but
Do you agree with that?
no.
No. Do you hope to someday be married?
For sure.
Is that just for today and that's going to change tomorrow, or you definitely want to be married to one person?
I definitely want to be married.
You definitely don't want to cheat on her.
I'm bringing that old school love back. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
You need an old school person first.
I'm going to find it.
What about you, Cap? Do you want to be married someday?
Most definitely.
And do you think you could be...
I know I can be monogamous. That's nothing.
And what comes with that?
It comes with what?
Being monogamous. Like, what has to be going on in your relationship to make you feel like you don't need to go anywhere else for anything else?
I mean, I wouldn't even be in a relationship unless I knew that we're going to be monogamous. Like, I got to know that that's my partner.
But
first we gotta
things
be
change.
friends.
Times change.
Yeah, you're right. But, you know, there's some people who are like, you know, very, very old and they've been in relationships for years, and it's like, even without sex, they're still together. You know, like there's some people who are married, but instead of getting divorced, they just sleep in different rooms. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your partner. It's like
Okay, but you would want to be in a relationship that's working.
yeah, I want the whole thing.
Because you might as well be divorced if that's the
You might be in a relationship and you're shorty off on Tinder, you know, getting it popping on the low.
Hold that thought.
It happens all the time.
You're saying you're in this monogamous relationship, you're not going anywhere, she's going anywhere, which means if we have a problem, we're going to sit in the bedroom, lock the door, and work it out. Is that what you're saying? So basically...
I don't know about locking anybody in the
Alright,
room.
I was just hypothetically speaking, but when you're in a...
That's what we're doing now. We hypothetically speaking.
That's true.
When you're in a monogamous relationship, that means you only plan to be with one person for life. So let's put that out there. It means for life.
Marriage, monogamous
right,
marriage. Yeah.
Right. So for life, you're not getting a divorce.
Not getting a divorce.
There's nothing that would force you to believe that I can't be in this marriage. What if your spouse steps out on you and has a child with someone else?
Then that means you're not in a monogamous relationship. That she just made it unmonogamous. But
so how do you agree? So
what I'm saying, okay, here's my thing. To answer your question, your original question was, what comes with a monogamous relationship, right?
Right.
Okay.
How do you agree that yes, this is going to be monogamy? Like,
sometimes it happens before you guys even have the discussion. You know what I'm saying? So let's say we're not even married, but we've been dealing with each other for a long time. Before you guys even have the discussion of, I'm not going to be talking to anybody, I'm cutting off everything on the outside, you're so drawn into this person that the outside just was automatically blocked out. You don't even see the outside. You might have someone catch your eye, but who has your heart and your mind is that one person. So before you even have that conversation with that person, it's like your heart's already there, your heart's monogamous. And if that person has to, like, if that feeling's mutual, then maybe you can have the conversation and then you move on from there. So I think it happens before the conversation.
so it's a mental thing for both people.
It's a mental emotional thing.
Yeah, I think you'll know if those two people agree on if their principles and their values are in agreement. So if they have the same principles and same values, then you already know that this person is thinking, I want this to be a monogamous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
What about you? Like, what do you think comes with a monogamous relationship? How do you know?
And do you want to be married?
I do want to be married.
A monogamous marriage? Or?
Absolutely. What other marriage would it be?
Like a Will Smith Jada
No,
type marriage.
that's silly. That's silly.
Hey, it's not
Don't
right
be married
for
if
them.
that's the case.
It's right.
That wouldn't work for me.
But how do you know, like, what comes with it?
That's what I'm saying, you never know. I feel like one person can feel a certain type of way, but you never truly know how that other person feels, no matter what.
Do you think you would still lust after other men if you were in a monogamous relationship?
Lust?
Yeah.
I don't think I would lust after other men because
Not even August?
No, not even August. Being in that type of relationship means, like you said, there's no one else for me. It's just you. And I mean, of course you're going to go down the street and you might see someone say, oh, he's an attractive guy, but I'm not going to lust after him.
Do you know in the Bible it says that even if you have thoughts about someone else,
That's adultery.
Exactly.
That's impossible, though.
I'm just saying, like, y'all are religious people, so
I'm not religious.
And also in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, well, in the Old Testament.
But that's the Old Testament.
Now, here we go. I shouldn't even brought up the Bible.
But it is the Old Testament.
Yeah, it is the Old Testament, but it worked for them.
Would it be more sacred to the male or female, or is it equal?
So it's saying, like, is it more serious to the female or is it more serious to the male?
Yeah. Or is it equal?
You want to answer it first?
Why are you laughing? Yeah, let him answer first. Why are you laughing, Matt?
Because it's funny you said it's just a funny question. That's why I laughed.
Why was it funny?
Because I think it's definitely more. I think women
I
take
didn't want to state the obvious.
I think women definitely take it more serious, but I think that men are more emotionally affected by it if there's cheating involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And that's why I laughed.
Men be getting their heart broken
Yeah,
worse than females.
Yeah, I completely agree with Matt. I feel like men take it more serious because
they cut off all their hoes for one person.
well, nah, because if the woman was to step out, then we, like I say all the time, a woman as small as a mouse could break down a man as big as a house. So like if someone we trust and love was to step out on us, like we'll get more crushed than if it was for a woman. Like with women, like if sometimes when the guy steps out on a woman, they'll be crushed, but it's easier for them to heal up a little bit and say, all right, let's talk about it, let's move on. You know what I'm saying? With us, it's like we could say we're moving on, but it's always in the back of our head and we're quick to bring it back up and it's just never the same.
That's very true. I can attest to that.
All right, speak on it.
I'm saying I can attest to that.
I know,
Men
like
are
go
like,
deeper.
you just trying to make me put stuff out there. I'm just
you
saying.
speak hypothetically. I don't take
No,
it
I'm just
personally.
saying. I really don't like
You don't speak hypothetically though.
you. I'm not speaking hypothetically. All I was saying is I've been in situations where, like you said, a man will be crushed by something and he'll claim to be over it, but in the back of his head it's always like no, and he's going to continuously bring it up, whereas a woman is like, okay, you fucked up, you cheated on me, we're just going to talk about this, put it all on the table and move on, and she'll literally move on.
In your opinion, do you think, let's say society was way different, let's say like
We're not doing this.
no
I know, I can't do it.
no, I just want to know her opinion. So let's say let's X out the society we live in. Let's say marriage and all of that didn't exist and all of that.
Marriage didn't exist?
Didn't exist. So do you think, in your opinion, a man would react the way men react if marriage didn't exist and monogamy didn't exist, and you know he was free to do what you did, but he still
because at the end of the day, yes, there may be women all around you and you may be involved with multiple women, but there's always that one that you feel something for that you don't feel for every single person around you.
So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe monogamy is natural. Hey, y'all know who said it. Y'all know who said it was forced.
No, I didn't say it was forced.
He was forcing us
You said
to say
if
that
there
it
was no,
forced.
if you said if I was ruler of the world, would I want to be with multiple women? I said yes. If I was ruler of the world, I'm not the fucking ruler. I said it's natural.
Even if you were ruler of the world and you could be with multiple women, I think
I would still have that one girl.
that one, exactly, because like I said, just giving yourself, like you're giving a piece of yourself here and there and there, and that's gonna get exhausting after a while. And like you said, it's too much to keep up with. No one wants to go through that. That's gonna stress you out.
I think that this just came into my head when we was talking about that whole men get more emotional. I think men fall in love with the routine of the relationship, and because they're so used to a specific, because they're so used to a specific routine, it affects them longer further down the road because they're so used to doing a specific thing. You get what I'm saying?
You mean like actual routine?
Yeah, like for a dude, like a girl will do something for her man because she really wants to do it. A dude will do something for his girl because that's what the expectation. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And then because it's such a routine, and because you're like, oh, I gotta do this for her. You start, when they be really crushed, it's like, damn, I used to always have this specific routine. Like I used to go do this, and then I would have to go do this for shorty. Now I don't got that. Now I don't got shorty. So now I'm like, damn, what the hell am I gonna do to fill up this time?
That's real shit, man. That's real shit. Yeah, we need to have that.
Those gems was for free, just in case y'all was wondering. I was on the house.
Yeah, I appreciate that, my nigga.
So, how would the world be if everyone did practice monogamy?
Ooh.
Because we already said if they didn't, well, obviously it's
Well,
gonna be chaotic.
if they did, then there wouldn't be no classic albums like Confessions. Future would have never saved Summer.
Ooh.
We need the people to step out of their relationships.
We need thoughts.
Yes, because it helps everybody else. When Usher went through that whole joint, I felt the pain. And I learned from his mistakes. We need it so that we can learn from each other.
You want to say something more meaningful than that?
What I'm saying is, if everyone practiced monogamy, yeah, we wouldn't have those songs, but we wouldn't need those songs because none of us would be feeling that heartbreak. I feel like if everyone practiced monogamy, of course there would be a higher rate of marriages and less rate of divorce.
And there would be a lot of lonely women too.
A lot of lonely women.
There wouldn't be a lot of side babies.
Oh yeah, because there's more women in the world than men.
Exactly.
So,
That'd be funny. It's time for me to get married, huh?
No,
that was a hint for anybody watching.
Yeah.
Destined for TV's the Instagram.
I'm young. Captain, I'm young.
No. What I'm saying is, alright. So, age probably has nothing to do with it, right? What I'm saying is, you want to be in a position where you know you're going to be monogamous, and sometimes when you're young, you have those 30-year-olds who gotten married in their early 20s, and then they didn't work out. Now they running the streets trying to do everything that a teenager would do because they missed that in their younger years, and it don't look good when they're doing it because you're in your 30s. So you don't want to do that. What I'm saying is maybe you could wait. Like You know, I don't think people should put timelines on marriage. You know, like, I just feel like just let it naturally happen. Just so you know when you get into it, you're gonna be monogamous.
And what is your advice for people who want to be in a monogamous relationship but cannot be?
Me? Or you want to start with him?
No, I want to start with you, Maddie Cakes.
You want me to be serious?
I want you to be
All the way
so
ahead.
serious.
Alright, my advice for people who want to be in monogamous relationships. I'm looking to the
But
camera
they've
for this.
struggled.
I think that everybody needs to be real with themselves. I think everybody needs to let go of all the baggage. I think everybody needs to go after what they want and not settle for what they think they want. And I think that people need to trust and take chances on love. And when you love very hard. Love like you don't know anything else other than love.
What does it mean to love hard?
But give that relationship your all. Don't half-ass it. You got to give it 110%.
I am so proud of you.
Yeah, for real.
The only thing I want to add is be real to yourself and be real to the person you're dealing with.
For sure.
I am so very proud of you. I didn't even know you had it in you because I didn't think you would ever get to that point in life, Matt.
Ain't no more savage in me.
Man, there's always gonna be savage in
It ain't in me.
But
no.
that's real though.
That's
all the way 100, dog. You just preach. You just preach. That was church.
Those was on the house too.
Anything?